Okay, this is my first graphic pack kind of deal. This is basically just a way for you to make your fonts and your characters look a little bit more professional. If you don't have a lot of skills with Photoshop or with just graphic design in general. So this is basically for your fonts, and it also comes with a few backgrounds that you might be able to use or might want to use, depending on the circumstance. I actually have three different packs, each containing two different styles, with a bunch of random styles that you might use for different areas in the game. So, um, but this doesn't limit you in any way, because if you have Photoshop and you have a PSD program, you can actually, there's even free tools on the web that you can use to modify these documents. So it's great. But basically, this will help you depending on your game style and things like that. So I'll just give you a brief overview of the different packs I have. I have the Ninja or the Asian style one. I have the Ninja Asian style 2. Um, so if you're going to make like a Fruit Ninja type game or a samurai type game, these would be the font packs to probably use. They're really incredibly huge, and I will show you in the end how to actually end up editing these. Okay, and then after this I have the Whimsical character pack, and this is basically if you're going to make like a game that's cutesy, or you're going to make a game that is I don't know, for children, or just has a whimsical feel to it. So this is the first pack, and this is the second pack. It kind of has that nice um, childhood, colorful, happy feel to it. Also, I want to note that with each of these packs, you also get the background that comes with it. And you're free to use that in your game however you'd like. Um, they're not as detailed as you would probably want to get with some of your backgrounds, but still, I'm sure that they could come in handy. Okay, and finally, it's the cartoon pack, the kind of funky cartoon style uh, that is pretty popular nowadays. I have two versions of this, but this by no means limits you to what you can actually do with these. Um, okay, let me start off by saying for the entire pack for all of these, I will offer them for $10, which is a pretty good deal because individually, they'll be $5 a pack. So if you wanted the Asian packs, like the two Asian style packs, that would be $5. Or if you wanted the whimsical pack, that would be $5. Or if you want the cartoon pack, that would be $5, and so on. But I'm going to be releasing a whole bunch of these in the future, so you can get a lot of updates with them. But you probably won't need them once you get at least one of these packs, because I'll show you how easy they are to edit. Okay, if you're inside of Photoshop, like this, or a different graphical editor that will accept PSD files. And like I said, there's some on the internet. I will include those actually in this thread. But to edit these, it's really, really simple. You would just click on the text tool, highlight, click on the text that you want to change, and maybe you want to type your title to be Ninja Assassin. I'm not even sure if I spelled that right, but Ninja Assassin, and it's really that simple. Now, let's say you wanted to change the color. Like, you're like, well, red isn't the color theme of my game, and that isn't hard either. Inside of here, you'll see it says Gradient Overlay, which is actually what creates that inner color. There's a stroke that creates the outside color, and then there's the inner shadow, which kind of gives it a nice inner beveled look, and then there's a drop shadow, which gives it kind of that depth to make it stand out a little bit. But the gradient overlay is what you want to change if you want to change the color. When you click on that, it brings up a menu, and then you'll see there's the gradient. It kind of goes from a darker red to a lighter red. When you click on that, you can change it to whatever you want. And usually Photoshop will have a few default settings here that you probably aren't going to want to go with, but like you can see, like there's green, or there's black and white. You might want to use black and white, and then they have a few other ones. But basically, if you want to edit this, all you'd have to do is double click on the color bar, and then you'll see there's a green color and then there's a white color. If you swap out these two, just by clicking on these little squares, you can swap out whatever colors you want. See, I just switched it to blue, and you'll see it immediately previews, and then you see the blue. Same goes for the white. If I want to make that red, so I've got blue and red. Woo! Woo! So it's really honestly that simple, and it's that simple for each element in the game. I give you a few varied options here, but by all means change them however you like. Now, the same token is I'm going to include all the fonts that I used with here, obviously, with the packs. But if you had a different font you like or a different font you enjoy, it's just as easy to change that, even if you don't have much experience with Photoshop. Literally, just click on a different font, like I have one right here. It's not very Asian, but at the same time, there you go. And it really just gives it a nice, clean, professional look. I mean, this is just a template or a starting point that you can use, and you can modify it from that point. But like I said, $5 each pack, and or 10 for all of them. So it's a pretty good value, especially for people that aren't necessarily so graphically inclined. And even if you are, um, and you just aren't very excited about text or whatever, I know I like to have a good starting point sometimes if I want to get things done quickly. So this could be good for that, or if you just don't have much graphical experience. So either way. So if you'd like them, just PayPal me or send me a personal message, and I will get back to you. Thanks a lot.